Okay, question 5, and we're going to be asked a whole lot of questions and find out all sorts of values and then prove something. And again, we need to, in this question, just get comfortable with what's happening in this diagram. It looks like so much is happening. So let's just check everything that's written up here is in the diagram. KOL, Kings of Leon, good band, is produced to meet NM at P. So all that means is that if you draw these two lines, they both meet at P. No, NO is parallel to ML. Okay, so we're given parallel lines. 3 reasons come to mind, right? 3 reasons. What are those? Well, I already think, well, corresponding angles are going to be equal. So there might be some corresponding. Oh, I see some over there. I see some over there. There's going to be a few of them. There. Oh, not there because it doesn't care. So corresponding angles, remember to write parallel lines after it. So NO parallel to ML. So whenever we use this reason, remember to write that. Okay, so corresponding alternate angles are probably going to come up. Also, we're going to have to, every time we use that, we're going to have to write that. And co-interior angles add up to 180, and that thing there we're going to have to write NO parallel to ML. Okay, so we just know that we're going to use one of those 3 reasons at some stage, probably. Maybe not, but most likely we are. F equals 80 degrees. Okay, great stuff. Angle F. Oh, it looked quite strange the way the angle's way off there. Is that how it came out in the paper, or is that... No, it came out nicely in the paper. So F equals 80. So we got at least a starting point, and our strategy last time was, well, let's just, maybe we can get into the diagram by going, well, there's angle F. We took F and we worked ourselves backwards. If we can create other angles somewhere, maybe we can figure something out. But where are we going to go? Maybe we can go to the opposite side. So that we've got a cyclic quad. We've got an 80 there. Well, maybe we've got a triangle on this side. So we've got an angle there and an angle there. We know that we're going to have, we said, corresponding angles at some stage. We've even got an exterior angle of a triangle at some stage if we need it. Okay, so these are things that might come in hand. And maybe nothing jumps out. At the moment, to me, nothing's going, oh, well, there's angle and angle at center. There's no angle at center that I can see, is there? No. The opposite angle of a cyclic quad, but now that's that whole angle. There's an exterior angle of a cyclic quad. Ooh, how about that? There's a cyclic quad, right? Cyclic quads are beautiful things. We already spotted it. But what about there? So that whole angle, well, that's going to be the opposite interior, all 3 of those angles. Maybe that's not too useful after all. But at least we're playing and thinking. Okay, so here we go. Let's get rid of our scribbles and go, well, these parallel lines are going to come handy at some stage. And the questions can guide us to solving. It is really a fun exercise, though, if you can just see what you can figure out without any of the questions. So let's push ourselves. Let's say there must surely there must be another angle. There's no ways that this angle doesn't help us at all. So we said our strategy is to work backwards. There we go. And there. So that's 80. Can we create from K and M, can we create another point on the center of the circumference? So not this point here, because it's some arbitrary point in the middle, not going to be too helpful. None of our theorems go, well, angle at some arbitrary point in the middle of the circle equal... No. So that angle must equal the other angle, right? So angle F must equal L1, angles in same seg. Cool, we've got ourselves into the diagram. Fortunately, that's what the first question asks us. what is L1? Well, we're going to say L1 equals 80 degrees. Reason, angles in same sec. Angles in same sec. I'll leave you with reasons. But, so it's kind of a bit of a balance sometimes. Can we just go there? But I urge you, push yourself. Just see if you can start. Don't look at the questions. Just look at the diagram and see what can we solve. So if we've got this now, we've got an 80 degrees. Can we find something else? Let's start. So we said cyclic quads could be helpful. We said this other little strategy of going, well, there are 2 points. Can we create any other points that might be useful? No, I don't see anything there. That's what we've just done. We've kind of, well, we could get there. So we could get that whole angle as 80. I don't know, maybe that will be useful. So this is what I want you to try and do before going, oh, solve each question. Maybe there are all things. Is there something else? Well, if that's 80, we haven't used any of these reasons up here yet. Surely these parallel lines, surely they'll help us in some way. Well, hint. Okay, so we can find that. Oh, there's an angle at the center. I'm sure there's an angle at the circumference. We've got angle at center, angle at circumference. So push yourself, try and solve this whole thing, and then see, well, O1, M4. Okay, so that's almost a guide of what else can we find. Well, there are 2 points. There's M4, work backwards. But really, see what you can solve, and then go into these and go, hey, maybe we just managed to solve them anyway. K and P, angle P, and then prove. Now, the proof is going to probably rely on you having done all these other things. So, kg equals gm. Kg equals gm. Kg equals gm. Kg. Look at that. Nice one. Think back to if you watched one of the previous videos. How are you going to do that? I want to give that one away, actually. But it's a nice one. How are you going to show that these two lines are equal to each other? Yeah, there's no triangle that you're making. Yeah, could be interesting. Okay, cool. So that's that. See how much of this you could solve beyond the questions that are asked, and then do the proof, and that's that.